Welcome to CARICOMP Insider, where high-tech facial recognition meets real-world intelligence.
At 9:07 on a Monday morning, an employee logged into a corporate system. Password, multi-factor authentication, facial ID, everything checked out. By 10:12, someone using that same session had stolen 4.3 gigabytes of sensitive data. The security system never raised a single alarm. That gap between the moment you prove who you are and every moment after is where most identity fraud actually happens. And it matters whether you're investigating a breach, building a fraud case, or just trying to understand why a perfect face match doesn't always mean a verified identity. Today you'll learn about a layer of biometrics that doesn't care what you look like. It cares how you move, how you type, and how you hold your phone. And it's nearly impossible to fake. So what exactly is it measuring, and why can't an imposter just copy it? The field is called behavioral biometrics, and the core idea is straightforward. Instead of checking your identity once at the door, the system watches how you behave for the entire session. It tracks thousands of micro-behaviors: your typing speed, the rhythm between keystrokes, how fast you move your mouse, even the angle you hold your device when you're reading. Two specific measurements sit at the heart of keystroke analysis. Dwell time, that's how long you press each key down. And flight time, the gap between releasing one key and pressing the next. Those tiny intervals create a pattern as unique as a fingerprint. Within roughly 220 keystrokes, the system has enough data to build a behavioral profile that can distinguish you from an imposter. And this idea isn't new. Back in the late 1800s, telegraph operators each developed a unique tapping rhythm called a fist. An experienced operator could identify who was on the other end of the line just by listening to the cadence of the Morse code. During World War II, military intelligence actually used those individual fist patterns to track specific enemy ships. Each operator's rhythm was as distinctive as a voice. Behavioral biometrics applies that same century-old principle with modern sensors and machine learning. So how quickly does a modern system learn your pattern? According to research published by Security Boulevard, a behavioral baseline establishes in just 5 to 15 authenticated sessions. But accuracy keeps improving over the following 30 to 90 days as more data accumulates. That's fundamentally different from a facial scan, which captures a single moment in time. Behavioral systems actually get sharper the longer they watch. Now, most people assume that once you pass a face match plus a password plus multi-factor authentication, the session is secure. That's a reasonable assumption because traditional security was designed exactly that way. Check identity at the gate, then trust everything that follows. But that's precisely why account takeover works. A fraudster who steals credentials after a legitimate login inherits a fully trusted session. Behavioral biometrics breaks that model. If someone suddenly switches from a mouse to a touch screen, or their mouse movements turn robotic and mechanical instead of smooth and natural, the system flags the deviation. It can silently trigger a step-up verification or terminate the session entirely. In that Monday morning breach scenario, a behavioral system would have caught the anomaly at 9:44, 30 minutes before the data walked out the door. Why does this matter right now? According to Gartner, By 2025, 30% of enterprises will no longer consider biometric verification reliable on its own, specifically because AI-generated deepfakes are making facial spoofing more accessible every month. The same AI that powers biometric matching is powering biometric forgery. An imposter can forge a face. They can steal a password. They can intercept a one-time code. But they cannot replicate the unconscious rhythm of how you pause before hitting send, or the exact pressure your thumb applies to glass. So remember 3 things. Traditional security checks your identity once and never looks again. Behavioral biometrics watches how you type, move, and interact for the entire session. And about 220 keystrokes is all it takes to tell you apart from someone pretending to be you. Next time you see a clean face match on a fraud case, ask yourself, did anyone check what happened after the login? The full breakdown's in the show notes.
Now you know something most people in this industry don't. Use it. And when you're ready to put it to work, caracomp.com. We'll see you tomorrow.